Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about status code. So in the plan of today, we are going to see what is a status code. First of all, we want to understand what are the status codes. Then afterward, we're going to see and go through the different classes of status code, so the way they are classified. And then at the end, together, we are going to do some illustration in Postman and to just to understand how it works in Postman. If you're ready for this, let's get started. First of all, what is a status code? So in a scenario where you are the client and then you are making some API calls to a server, you as a client, you will be sending a request to a specific server, and that server will send you back a response. It can be an expected response or an unexpected response, but the server after your request will send you the response. But you will not only receive the response, but you will also receive a status code. And the status code, what it does, it just actually lets you know what happened with your request. So it will let you know if there was an issue that occurred with your request or all went okay, and then you are receiving a response. So it just gives you the status of your request. If you understand this, then we are ready basically to go through the different status code. What are the ranges, or how are they classified? The status code, as you can see here, are shown or presented as numbers. So the numbers go from 100 to 500. And then you can see here the 100, so the codes from 100 to 199 will be informational responses. And then you have the 200 ranges, so it goes from 200 to 299, and those are the successful responses. In this case, it just means that your request was successfully received by the server and it was accepted. And then you have the range of 300, so it goes from 300 to 399, and those are redirection messages. So basically, maybe you need to take some further action in order to complete your request, and those ones you will receive them as code 300. And then afterward, then you have the code 400, so it will go from 400 to 499. And those ones are the client error responses. So this means that something is wrong on your side, not on the server side, but on your side. And most of the time, it means that you have not formulated your request in a good format. So there is a bad syntax happening on your side, and you have to check that. And then next we have the code 500, and they go from 500 to 599, and those ones represent server error responses, which means it's not on your side this time, but it's on the server side, meaning maybe the server failed, or it is down, or basically it just fails to fulfill your request. And when that happens, you will receive a code 500. Okay, just to wrap it up, we go back again. Code 100 is just an informational responses, so you don't usually see them. And then we have the codes 200 to 299. Those are the successful responses. The code that starts with 3, then you will see that these are it will redirect you to do certain action, something like that. And then we have the code 400, meaning the codes which starts with 4. Those ones, you know that the issues is on your side. Check your syntax. And then the code 500, it's not you, it's something going wrong on the server side. Okay, if we are good with it, we are ready to take to go through some example in Postman. So as you know, last time we did some exercises for beginners and how to make a simple calls to a calculator API, and this was our API. So we made a call, a post call here, and then once we sent it, we got a response from this calculator API letting us know the result of our request basically. So in here you can see up here you have basically the post call that you're making. You can click on the send button. If you go all the way down in the body, we will receive the response that the server sends to us. So basically that's the response body that we are receiving from the server. But if you go all the way on this side, you will see that there is a status which comes with it. So in our case, as everything went okay, we received a code 200, which means okay. If you put your mouse over it, you can even see the description there, which says standard response for successful HTTP request. So everything went okay, and next to the status you will see the time and then size. These are presented like this in Postman. Let's take an example. So in this case, I want to mess up this thing here. I want to send something like this to the server. Of course, it's not going to understand this syntax because it doesn't expect us to send this type of syntax. So I expect the server to complain somewhere. So if I send this one, then I'm receiving a code 400, which means bad request. So basically, I, as a client, didn't send a proper syntax to the server. So this one needs to be checked. I think you have learned something today. We are going to make another video with more details about the status codes. But this is it for today, and I hope you have learned something. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.